Welcome back, Attack. I'm Skyline Shore, and today I'm going to give you my first impression on a new free-to-play mobile MMO, Zenonia S. My bias coming into this, I'm super hyped, dude. I was so excited. I like the art, the animations. That's very similar to the other Zenonia games. Okay, so coming into this, I'm like, yes, this looks super good. I love the fluid animations. I guess I mean, it looks like flash-based. It looks really freaking crisp and colorful. It looks great. It's got sort of like this Chrono-esque battle system where it's not random battles. You actually fight things like an action RPG. Kind of reminds me of Ragnarok. In fact, this whole series is very much based off of the Chrono series and the Ragnarok franchise. So I think it just makes sense to make it as an MMO, right? Because of Ragnarok Online, as we see with Tree of Savior also being pretty hype. But what's also really fun about this, at least conceptually, is that it's going to be a mobile MMO. I liked the previous entries in the series, the Zenonia series. So coming into this, I thought it could only be better. Even if they took out a ton of shit that made the previous games great, as long as it had multiplayer and it had the core functionality, it was going to be fantastic. But I'm here today to give you my first impression on Zenonia S, and I have to tell you, yeah, the game is actually complete garbage. It's completely worthless. It doesn't deserve the Zenonia name. It doesn't even deserve to actually exist, really. I mean, personally, I hate games that have autoplay features, but that is completely rampant in this game. And it's not to the point where just some things are automated. Even if it was just like low-level dungeons and you just hit autoplay to grind through that, still, if they had actual PvP, if they actually had raids and stuff without autoplay and there's actually tactics and stuff, then that'd be cool. But the truth is that even though it is actually an MMO and there is true co-op, at least you do log in with other players and play, and then you do raids and stuff, that's kind of cool. You don't have to use autoplay, but there's no reason not to, okay? So it might as well just be a bunch of bots playing with each other on these servers. Like, there's seriously nothing to this game whatsoever. There is none of the difficulty of the original series. You have the art, you have the graphics, not really the story. Like, there's no story to the game. It's just random. I guess that's why it's called Rifts in Time, because all these heroes are just kind of flung into this random universe and everybody just kind of forgets what they were doing and they just kind of la-di-da, let's go do dungeons and shit. It doesn't have anything carried over that's actually Zenonia other than the graphics and of course the gameplay, but it doesn't matter because it's autoplay, man. So all that awesome Dark Soulsian level difficulty that we really liked in the original Zenonia franchise, it's just not there. Plus, not only that, but you still have the autoplay. Now, to me, as I was doing my first impressions, as I was going through this, I just kind of was like, oh man, I was so hyped and I was just constantly being punched in the gut over and over again. The story was garbage, the writing garbage, and then the equip system, the class system, I saw that you don't get as many like different unique abilities early on. Like in the original Zenonias, you get like all these different crazy abilities very, very fast, and you have all these mechanics and everything. And the raw mechanics of Zenonia are there, but you don't have any of like the potential that could have came out of this. I figured maybe because it's an MMO, maybe. But oh my god, then we have all the autoplay through the dungeons. And you have like just no real true like customization with your character appearance-wise unless you spend money. You don't get anything. You don't get anything that I would want out of this game. Nothing at all. And then for the final straw, man, for the final thing that I wanted, I was like, even if the whole PvE side of the game is absolute worthless, at least in an MMO where you play with actual people, the PvP is where it would be at, and that would be the saving grace. So I leveled up to level 6, I hit the arena, it's asynchronous multiplayer. Just like the original Zenonia series. Are you serious? It really is asynchronous gameplay. What that means is that you're not actually playing against another player. You're playing against their character, and then a bot controls them. Not only that, but you actually still have an autoplay freaking button that you can press, and the game just plays itself. An MMO that plays itself. You know how many times I've reviewed games like that? A lot. And you know what? I hate them. They're garbage, they're cancer, they're toxic, they're worthless to the gaming community. People who play it are just really ignorant of good games. They don't know true games. Like, that's just how it is. It's very young and old people that get sucked into these kind of games. Zenonia S has great art. And honestly, I think just some company, this game was probably outsourced or something. They took the assets of Zenonia, threw it into this game, and they're just trying to make a buck. It's garbage. I hate it. And I guess I'm done with it. I was so hyped for this game too. I really do like the Zenonia series. If you have an iPod or an iPhone, if you can access the Apple Store, you should really check out the Zenonia series. It's actually pretty decent. But Zenonia S, completely, honestly, it's a skip. Zenonia S, Rifts in Time, is a waste of time. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe so that you can stay notified of all these new upcoming multiplayer games. We will fill you in. And please, come back attack, stay hyped, and stay tuned. We'll be back before you know it with more gaming goodness, and we'll see you again next time. Welcome back, Attack. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 free-to-play MMOs for this year, for 2015. And I think across all the genres for free-to-plays, we've seen so much innovation in MOBAs, in MMOs, in like card games. We've seen so many new things this past year, and hopefully, maybe, probably so, 2015 is going to be just as exciting. This is our